What is up, everybody? I'm Mr. Man. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I've been on this mic spitting to you guys because I've been traveling across Canada right now, heading over to the East Coast. This is almost like an episode of MTV Cribs. I'm in my tent here, my rooftop tent. I got my jackery here for my battery backup, solar powered. I got my mic box here. I got my little projector here. I watch a movie sometimes on the top of the tent there. And my lady in the evening. Today we are spending the night in Saint Anne de Mont in Quebec, Canada. I actually got the ocean right behind me. There we go. That's my view. But I guess to give you guys information now with what's going on, since it's been a minute since I've been on the here in the lab cooking it up. I dropped a snippet of a video with George Soros and Chrystia Freeland from the early 2000s. This is talking about what we are living through right now. The U.S. currency, USD losing strength, China wanting a bigger say in what their currency does, as opposed to just being a currency in the SDR makeup. They want a bigger pot in what happens with regards to the world. Check this video out here.
What sort of a financial deal should Obama be seeking to strike when he travels to China next month?
No, I think this would be the time, because you really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, financial world order. They are kind of reluctant members of the IMF. They play along, but they don't make much of a contribution because it's not their institution. Their share is not commensurate. Their voting rights are not commensurate to their weight. So I think you need a new world order that China has to be part of the process of creating it, and they have to buy in. They have to own it the same way as, let's say, the United States owns the Washington Consensus, the current order. And I think this would be a more stable one, where you would have a coordinated policies. I think the makings of it are already there, because the G20, in agreeing to peer reviews, effectively is moving in that direction.
Given this continued weakness in the U.S. economy, are people right to start to be concerned about the dollar?
Well, they are, of course, and the dollar is a very weak currency, except for all the others. So there is a general sort of lack of confidence in currencies, and a move away from currencies into real assets. The Chinese are continuing to run a big trade surplus, and they're still accumulating assets, and basically the renminbi is permanently undervalued because it's tied to the dollar. There is a diversification from assets that normally held by central banks into other assets, especially in the area of commodities. So there is a push in gold. There's a strength in oil, and that is in a way a flight from currencies. Consumers saving more and spending less, exports can be a way for the U.S. economy to be balanced. So an orderly decline of the dollar is actually desirable.
Does it at some point need also to decline against the renminbi? Does there need to be some sort of a new global currency deal?
Yes. No, I believe that basically the system is broke and needs to be reconstituted. We cannot afford to have the kind of chronic and mounting imbalances in international finance. So you need a new currency system, and actually the special drawing rights do give you the makings of a system. And I think it's ill-considered on the part of the United States to resist the wider use of special drawing rights. They could be very, very useful now when you have a global shortfall of demand. You could actually internationally create currency through special drawing rights. And this is, we've done it. We issued $250 billion. And that's a very, very useful step. Except the rich countries don't actually need the additional reserves. So all they can do is put it in the shop window and say, we've got that much extra, but they can't actually use it. Now, I think it could be used. It could be used to provide global public goods. The rich countries could put their allocations in escrow. The problem is that there is a cost to using SDRs. It's a very small cost at the moment. It's only less than 0.5%, but still is a cost. So somebody has to pay it. And I think we have actually the means to do it because the IMF has very large gold reserves and kept in the books at a very low price. And it has been decided to use those gold reserves to the benefit of the least developed countries. So the IMF could actually pick up the cost of paying for the special drawing rights.
Using its gold reserves.
And in fact it's being done. It hasn't gotten any publicity. But I understand that in Istanbul a deal was signed where I think the UK and France actually transferred $2 billion of their SDRs, or $2 billion worth, or 2 billion SDR worth, or to the least developed countries, and the IMF picks up the cost. So it's a road that's already been used, and it could be used on a larger scale.
I do hope you found value in that. You will not hear that anywhere else other than Mr. Man's channel. Catch you guys on the next one.